I have this crazy fake tattoo on my arm, and I didn't know that it was going to show in this outfit.
It was a cold, rain-soaked morning in Glasgow when the world stopped for a moment. A soft drizzle tracing the windows, the kind that carries a certain heaviness, a finality. And within that melancholy atmosphere came the news that sent ripples through millions of hearts across the globe. Sam Heughan, the man who had become almost indistinguishable from his legendary on-screen alter ego Jamie Fraser, announced that Outlander would never return. It wasn't a teaser for a sequel or a hopeful hint at another chapter. It was a farewell, a decisive, bittersweet conclusion to a decade-long journey that had intertwined fantasy, history, and raw emotion into one of the most beloved sagas ever created. That morning, when Sam appeared live on his Instagram, the image was striking in its simplicity. He sat before a softly burning fireplace in what fans guessed was a quiet Highland cottage, dressed in a simple earth-tone jumper that somehow mirrored the muted skies outside. There were no studio lights, no polished smiles, no orchestrated PR gestures. Only a man who had carried a character so deeply within him that saying goodbye felt almost like burying a part of his soul. "Hello, everyone," he began gently, his Scottish accent tinged with both warmth and weariness. "I've been thinking about this for a long time, and today, I need to share with you, the people who have been with me for the past 10 years, a truth that I know will not be easy to accept." He paused, his breath visible in the faint glow of the firelight. And then, with disarming honesty, he said the words that fans had feared but never truly believed they would hear. Jamie Fraser is not coming back. No sequel. No spin-off. Outlander with Jamie is officially over. Within minutes, the virtual world erupted into chaos. The live chat exploded with disbelief. Social media timelines filled with grief-stricken tributes. Hashtags like #GoodbyeJamie and #OutlanderForever surged to the top of trending lists across continents. Fans in New York, Berlin, Tokyo, and Sydney who had gathered in anticipation of a new announcement instead found themselves standing in silent vigil. Some holding framed photos of Jamie and Claire, others lighting candles in memory of a character who had, in many ways, become more real than fiction. Tears blurred countless eyes as people wrote messages that read like love letters. "Jamie was my youth. Jamie was my hope. Jamie taught me what devotion meant." Even the cast and crew, though quiet at first, began to share cryptic posts. Images of the Scottish Highlands, a tattered script, a glimpse of a sword, or a single quote from Diana Gabaldon's novels. Each one a gentle echo of an ending no one wanted to face. It was, in every sense, the end of an era. When the noise of the fandom began to subside, Sam spoke again, his expression unreadable yet deeply human. "I love Jamie Fraser," he said, almost as though confessing it to himself. "I owe him everything. My career, my opportunities, your love. But I've also sacrificed a lot to keep him alive in me. Over the years, I traded my youth, my time, my personal feelings to be the best Jamie Fraser I could be. But now, I'm not Jamie anymore. I need to be Sam again. I need to find myself." That confession landed with a weight that only truth carries. The world had seen Sam through red carpets, interviews, and charity galas, always charming, always gracious. But few had understood how deeply the character had seeped into his identity. For 10 years, he had lived in Jamie's world, speaking his words, feeling his pain, carrying his love for Claire through scenes that blurred the lines between fiction and reality. And yet, behind that steadfast devotion was a man slowly losing his own reflection in the mirror. The myth of Jamie Fraser had become both a blessing and a cage, a beautiful one, but a cage nonetheless. He went on to reveal that he had turned down not one, but multiple offers for spin-offs and sequels. There had been talks of a young Jamie series, and even whispers of a continuation focusing on Brianna and her descendants, but Sam declined them all. "Not because I hate Outlander," he clarified softly, "but because I respect it too much to let it stretch beyond its natural ending. There's something sacred in knowing when to stop, when to let a story rest where it belongs, in people's hearts." It was a sentiment rare in modern entertainment, where franchises are often extended endlessly for profit. But Sam's decision felt poetic, a choice to preserve the integrity of a story that had already given so much. For him, endings were not failures. They were necessary evolutions. The end, he said, looking directly into the camera, isn't a bad thing. It's the ultimate tribute to a remarkable journey. Behind those words lingered a deeper truth that fans could feel but not quite name. For years, rumors had circulated about the emotional toll the show took on its cast, how maintaining its historical intensity and romantic depth required immense psychological endurance. Playing Jamie Fraser wasn't merely acting. It was a full embodiment of love, war, loss, and destiny. The character's timeless devotion to Claire was both his greatest strength and, perhaps, Sam's heaviest burden. Many had speculated that the boundary between Sam and Jamie had long blurred, especially given his past confessions about struggling to separate himself from the role. And now, in the stillness of his farewell, that line seemed to dissolve completely. He was no longer just saying goodbye to a character but to a decade of self-identification. Across interviews and retrospectives, colleagues described the atmosphere on set during the final season as one of quiet nostalgia. Katrina Balfe, his longtime co-star and creative partner through countless emotional storms, had spoken cryptically about closing a sacred chapter. Their partnership, both on and off camera, had been a cornerstone of Outlander's soul, and though their private lives remained fiercely guarded, fans sensed the mutual respect and affection that fueled the series' authenticity. Sam's goodbye, then, felt not just like the end of Jamie Fraser but the end of something profoundly intimate between two people who had built a world together through art. When asked later in a short follow-up message whether there was any hope for Jamie to reappear in a prequel or a special, Sam replied simply, "Some stories deserve peace." And perhaps that was what this farewell truly represented. Not an ending born of exhaustion or disillusionment, but of acceptance. Just as Outlander explored the passage of time, loss, and reunion across centuries, so too did its leading man reach the point where he could no longer live in the loop of his character's immortality. For Sam, to let go was not to reject the past but to honor it, to free both Jamie and himself from a shared dream that had finally run its course. As the live stream ended, he lingered for a moment, watching the comments roll by, his eyes reflecting the dancing light of the fire. "Thank you," he whispered at last, a faint smile tugging at his lips. "For everything, for believing, for feeling, for making Jamie real." And then the screen went dark. Yet in that silence, there was no emptiness, only the echo of a decade of love, of storytelling, of a man who dared to close the book when it was most tempting to keep reading. Outlander would live on, not through endless continuations, but in the memories of those who had felt every heartbeat of its.
He's, quote, not afraid of nudity, adding, quote, "I think women are beautiful." While male co-star Jamie Dornan also stripped down for his role, even
Moments after Sam Heughan's emotional livestream announcing the end of Outlander, the world turned its attention to Katrina Balfe, who had breathed life into the timeless role of Claire Fraser. On X, formerly Twitter, she shared a message that was as raw as it was heartfelt. "I knew this was coming, but I didn't expect it to be so soon. When Sam first told me he wasn't going to be Jamie again, I cried. I cried like I'd lost a best friend. But I understand and respect his decision. We can't live in 1743 forever. Claire and Jamie have lived lives full, deep, and immortal in the hearts of our viewers. Now it's time for us to move on." Her words resonated deeply across generations of fans who had followed their on-screen love through time, war, heartbreak, and passion. It wasn't merely a goodbye to a character. It was the end of a bond that had defined modern television's most enduring romance. Soon after her post, Outlander's production company, Sony Pictures Television, confirmed what everyone already feared in their hearts. "We can confirm that the Outlander series has come to a close. There will be no new seasons, no spin-offs. We know this isn't what fans wanted, but it was the wish of the cast and crew that the story end on the right note." Executive producer Ron D. Moore echoed that sentiment on Instagram, writing, "Sam brought Jamie to the top. We can't go on without him." As the official curtain fell, the fan community reacted with a tidal wave of emotion. From heartbreak to gratitude, Tributes flooded social media as millions reminisced about their erst encounter with Outlander. The wedding that started it all, the breathtaking time travel, the battles, separations, and the unforgettable reunion that healed every fracture. One fan wrote, "I've been through divorce, losing my mother, and months of depression, but Jamie and Claire were always there every night, like part of the family. Now that they're gone, I feel a real loss." Others, though saddened, expressed calm acceptance. Let them go in glory. There's nothing sadder than a series stretched too far for commercial gain. Sam did the right thing. The consensus was clear. This was not an ending born of exhaustion, but of integrity. In the final moments of his live stream, Sam appeared holding a worn first edition copy of Outlander. Its spine frayed and its pages filled with handwritten notes accumulated through years of filming. He turned to the last page, paused, and spoke softly. "I still remember the feeling when I first picked up this book. I didn't know what journey I was about to embark on. But now, closing it, I feel nothing but gratitude." Jamie Fraser is a legend, but legends don't need to last forever. They need to be cherished. And to do that, we have to know how to say goodbye. I love you all, and I will always be part of the hearts of those who loved Outlander. He smiled faintly,